There have been talks all season long about Audi and Porsche joining the F1 grid once the 2026 season comes along. And now that Audi's entry has been confirmed, the eerie silence regarding the situation between Porsche and Red Bull has led many to believe that it is looking more and more unlikely that the two will reach an agreement anytime soon. So, what is actually happening between the two? Why is Red Bull playing so hard to get? And will team boss Christian Horner lose his job if the partnership pushes through? Well, let's talk about it then. But before we do, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on our latest uploads. Now that's out of the way, let's get started. Back in early August, reports regarding the situation stated that Porsche AG and Red Bull GmbH had submitted a document to Conseil de la Concurrence in Morocco that stated that Porsche was set to buy 50% of Red Bull's Formula One operation, which would make them equal partners in their 10-year partnership. The document also contained details of Porsche's plans to buy half of Red Bull technology, which was also reported to extend beyond their Formula One business. While there were intentions to announce that the partnership is finally official at the Austrian Grand Prix, the deal would face a major issue, as Red Bull and Christian Horner are still adamant that Red Bull powertrains remain their own. "There's not really too much to report," said Christian at Zandvoort. "We've consistently said we're pushing on with Red Bull powertrains. It's making great strides, with our first fire-up of the first ever Red Bull engine a couple of weeks ago. So 2026 is a long way away, and we're very focused on our plan, on the engine we're producing, with the talent we're bringing into the team. It's great to see Audi coming into the sport, and anything Red Bull would consider would have to fit in with the long-term strategy of the team. That's plenty of time ahead." While F1Inside.com would say that the deal collapsed after the two parties had disagreed on a number of factors. It was about the number of shares and the power that goes with them, as well as the price, the German outlet reports. In line with its own self-image, Porsche wanted to call the shots, but Red Bull did not want to relinquish decision-making power. What's more, the value of the team had risen since the negotiations began more than a year ago, according to Red Bull circles. The plan was to take over 50% of the chassis factory Red Bull technology and to cooperate with the engine-forged Red Bull high-performance powertrains, which would build Porsche's power units for the period from 2026, the report added. The competition authorities had already given their go-ahead. Porsche had registered the trademark finally. But a week ago in Spa, Audi boss Markus Duesmann caused confusion, astonishment, and anger at the same time at the parent company Volkswagen, as well as its sister company Porsche, with his heavy-handed and brash rush to announce the Formula One entry of the four rings from Ingolstadt and that of Porsche. After all, the Stuttgart-based luxury car maker had not come to an agreement with Red Bull by a long shot. Now, Red Bull isn't a mediocre team fighting to be relevant in the midfield. The Milton Keynes team has shown within the past 2 decades that they have the capability to figure things out on their own at the very least. And when they do, they are legitimate title contenders, which is one of the arguments Christian has also brought to the table as to why any partnership opportunity to come must follow the Red Bull way. Any relationship with any manufacturer or partner would have to fit with Red Bull. We've got a great team. We've got strength in depth. We've got this new exciting chapter we're heading into on the powertrain side of the business. Red Bull have always been an independent team. It's been one of our strengths. It's been the backbone of what we've achieved and our ability to move quickly, and it's part of the DNA of who we are. We are not a corporately operated organization, and that's one of our strengths and how we operate as a race team, and that's an absolute prerequisite for the future. They, potential team partners, need to decide whether they want to join that party or not, but they would have to be within the culture of the way we go racing. We've got this new chapter, an exciting new chapter that we're heading into on the powertrain side of the business. We've got some phenomenal talent that has joined the company. We're in good shape. Time will tell whether we embrace a partner into that program or, as the plan is at present, continue on our own. And while things are looking rocky between Red Bull and Porsche, Christian would say that a reunion with Honda, who officially left F1 as a supplier after the 2021 season, but still continued to manufacture the team's engines this season from their base in Japan. As of late, there have been some chatterings about the company making a comeback in 2026, a possibility Christian and Red Bull would be more than happy to agree to. Honda withdrew from Formula One. They've kept a toe in with the agreement we have with HRC, Honda Racing Corporation. They're making noises about 2026, but our train has left the station. We've committed to the investment within Red Bull powertrains. We're circa 300 people now, working on that 2026 engine, so it would need to fit any agreement with any potential partner or OEM with that. With the whole team under one roof, that has synergy benefits with chassis designers sitting next to engine designers. Christian would also clear up rumors that his position within the team would be in jeopardy if Porsche does come into the picture. There are always wild rumors in this paddock, said Christian. I recently made a commitment to this team for the long term, and indeed, any discussions that we've had have been contingent upon the management structure being the same, which has always been fully accepted. So I think I don't really need to comment on wild speculation. And while that is happening in the background, the team has been enjoying a smooth season, excluding their early race retirements this season, and are now cruising to their 5th Constructors' title this season. We're in a great position, said Horner at the end of the Dutch Grand Prix, and we probably have to try quite hard to lose it. But mathematically, nothing is done until it's done. Our approach is as it's always been, go one race at a time. Next race, next Sunday, same effort. We don't allow ourselves to think too far ahead. The Constructors, that's team versus team, and that's been dominated by next door, Mercedes, for the last 8 years. If we manage to bring that one home, that for us is as big as the drivers this year. Not only that, Red Bull star Max Verstappen has a seemingly insurmountable lead over Ferrari's Charles Leclerc in the Drivers' Championship, which Christian attributes to Max's commitment to winning. Max can talk to me about anything. Something's bothering him, if something is on his mind. I know he feels he can always come to me, said Christian. Whatever it's about, big or small problems. That openness and honesty matters. Put him in a car and you get 110% commitment. But he also expects 110% in return. He sets the bar high, but at the same time, he is easy to work with. And there you have it, guys. So do you think Red Bull is better off not taking the deal with Porsche? Or should they wait out on Porsche to give in? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't.